This is not the first time we've been through this one of these things.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Crypto. In today's video, we will unravel CZ's bear market plans. Please note that whatever information we share is not to be regarded as financial advice. It is strictly for informative purposes only. Cryptocurrencies are still in the bear market, with fear looming that the #1 cryptocurrency might suddenly fall below the $20,000 support deep down into the trenches. Changpeng Zhao, popularly known as CZ, has a plan for his company, Binance, the biggest crypto company in the world. What are his bear market plans? Which companies would survive? Could there be a way to make the most of the situation? At its peak, Binance had more than 90 million customers from around the world. Today, the number of active users has dropped sharply due to the poor performance of digital currencies. For example, the company's daily transactions have dropped from over $100 billion to less than $30 billion. At the same time, the value of the BNB coin has been diving off a cliff as well. The coin has plummeted by over 66% from its all-time high, bringing its market cap to around $37 billion when at its peak, the coin had a valuation of almost $100 billion. The current state of the economy has brought down Binance's valuation dramatically. In 2021, just before the turn of the year, Binance was valued at over $300 billion. Business was booming. Now the company is a shadow of itself. How much exactly has CZ lost? In this recent market crash, CZ Binance has lost more money than any other human in history, according to Bloomberg. CZ has seen his net worth crash by over $85 billion this year. So right now, how is Binance holding up in the bear market? Hear from CZ.
We're fine. We don't have any debts. We don't owe anybody any money. We're still profitable even today. And not that many people owe us money. We have pretty good debt control. So we're pretty good. And as David said, this is not the first time we've been through this one of these things. And we, even in the bull markets, we have always had the mentality that Bitcoin can go 80% down over a period of time, and it may last for months or years. So we're okay. Yeah.
In that case, what is the edge that Binance has over other crypto companies?
I think fundamentally many companies, when we're in the bull market, many companies just sort of expected that the bull market will continue indefinitely. Markets don't do that. Market go bull, bear, just goes in cycles. So we understood that, and we just held a fairly large amount of cash reserves during the bull markets. And luckily also for us, our income comes into different cryptocurrencies, and stablecoin is one of those. Stablecoins accounts to about 25% to 30% of our income. So we're relying heavily on that now. So yeah, I think overall we're just because we're in a new industry, we are quite expectant of the cycles. So just having that mindset really helps, I think.
A few weeks ago, Zendesk was sold for $10 billion. This is a company whose revenue for 2021, as of the 31st of December, was at $1.3 billion. That is an increase of 30% on its year-on-year. What does this mean for the future of crypto? Definitely not the end, right? At a certain point, we just have to ask, how long will this bear market last?
I don't really have no opinion. It's very hard to predict the future, but historically, we've seen very accurate 4-year cycles. But there's also many things in the world that are 4 years. The Bitcoin halving is every 4 years. The United President's election is every 4 years. The stock market goes through a 4-year cycle as well, if you look at it historically. So it doesn't mean that the next cycle will be exactly 4 years. But I think there's a pretty decent probability that that might happen. But if we look at all the other different things that you just mentioned, that you said are different, the inflation, the war, everything else, those things should really help the crypto industry. Those things should really push people to want, the inflation should push people to want to hold a limited supply asset. So the war and the more the world is divided, the more that the Bitcoin is a very global currency that actually shines. So the more those issues happen, the more people should need, the advantages of crypto blockchain is actually more clear.
What if it takes a really long time to repair? Will Bitcoin wither off and die?
I would recommend most businesses have at least 10 years of runway, 10 years of cash if they have zero income. Very few traditional companies can achieve that. But in the blockchain world, it's actually not that hard to achieve. Binance, we have like the Binance coin is about $40 billion market cap. We have the team portion we never used, and we do commit to burn that. But we also have income. Like even the team portion is worth double-digit billion dollars. So most crypto companies sit on this. If they manage well, they could be sitting on this really large cash reserve. So and even if we don't touch that, we actually still, that aside, we actually still have very healthy reserves that will last us many years. So they are, and also in the crypto business, they are very clear, very simple business models. You should have revenue, and because we're dealing with crypto money, we're dealing with this industry. It's actually not difficult for good businesses to make money. So I think just sustainability-wise, many businesses in this industry can sustain for a very, very long time. I'm not too worried about it.
This part is surprising. Binance has open positions, 2,000 of them. How is that possible in a bear market? In what areas are they hiring the most?
I think we're basically hiring across the entire spectrum of every position we have. That typically comes down to about half of them are engineering positions, and that's always one of the hardest places to hire. Luckily, we can hire globally, so we can tap into different talent pools all around the globe, which is fantastic. The second thing is in large number is customer support. So as much AI we do, as much automation we do, we still actually do need quite a large number of people talking to people. So we're actually offering phone support in 6 languages now. So people can call up, people can in the app they can do a voice call. The other roles are marketing, legal, compliance, other back office roles. There's many of them. So we cover a fairly wide spectrum. We also are in the technical side. We're also looking for different type of developers, like mobile developers, web developers, blockchain developers, all of this type of different roles. So we actually see this as the best chance to hire people, and then the people we hire today can scale up our system so that when the next bull market comes, hopefully in a couple of years or even maybe sooner, we're ready. So we always want to be ready for the next peak, which is really important in our industry.
Now, to a personal question. Why is CZ in crypto?
So I think crypto is a technology that can increase the freedom of money for billions of people around the world. And throughout history, anytime we can increase the freedom of something without sacrificing other aspects, security, compliance, ease of use, fees, etc. If we can increase the freedom of something, our civilization advances. So if you look at freedom of speech in some countries only today, freedom of press, again, only in some countries, freedom of information, freedom of education, freedom from slavery. Anytime those things happen, and those things happen over a number of years, they all didn't just happen like that. They all took multiple decades or even centuries for those changes to come. But when those things happen, our civilization advanced. So today we have the new technology for money that can significantly increase freedom. Today, our money is not that free. Like even after you pay all your taxes, if you say you're an entrepreneur in China, if you move more than $50,000 US dollars out of China in any given year, that's called money laundering. So if you're a successful entrepreneur in China and you want to buy an apartment in Paris, guess what? You won't be able to move the money legally. This is your after-tax money. So that we don't have the level of freedom there. So I do think this technology will enhance our freedom of money.
Finally, what will crypto look like in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think, number one is it's not like win or not, it's not succeed or not. Like we're all here persistently, consistently pushing forward. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower, depending on overall market conditions, macroeconomics, and other factors. But we're all here. We're not going anywhere. We're just consistently and persistently pushing this industry forward. So I think 10, 20 years from now, well, 20 years from now, people will be using blockchain crypto the way they use the internet without mentioning it. Today, I don't say like, hey, I'm gonna use the internet to message you. We just use it like, no, we just use it. There's many different applications on it. So I think 10, 20 years, we will get there. 10 years might still be a little bit tough, to be honest. Even if you look at the internet today, when we talk about video conferencing, sometimes still doesn't work that well. But I think eventually, like, people shouldn't be talking about blockchains. People shouldn't be talking about consensus nodes and all this other geeky stuff. People should be like, hey, I'm sending you some money. Hey, I'm doing a fundraising globally. I'm selling my art globally. I'm gonna hire a trainer, fitness trainer in the metaverse. All of those things should come naturally and without mentioning any technology. We will get there. It's just a matter of time.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that CZ once worked at McDonald's? Plus, there's an ad from McDonald's that says, "Hey crypto bro, we're hiring." Let us know what you think of that in the comments section below. He might have had a humble beginning, but he is definitely determined to make the most of the current bear market to expand opportunities for this company and the quality of the services Binance offers. CZ's optimism is not based on wishful thinking, but rather on the nature of unfolding events surrounding the crypto industry. The market might be in terrible shape right now, but I wouldn't bet against a former McDonald's employee that has made a billionaire of himself. Thanks for watching this video. What do you think of CZ's bear market plan? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you on the next one. Bye for now.